Hi there, it's Brother Charles of Reviewers Revival. Thanks for joining me on the Reviewers Bench today. We're taking a look at BX Rockrack version 3 by Brainworks. This one comprises 8 individual amp channels, each one finely suited and tailored to a specific sound or recording need. Modeled here, we have a JCM 800, both clean and crunch channels, as well as angle, lead, and clean channels. Mesa Boogie rectifier sounds are brought to us courtesy of a carefully modeled 50-watt Rectoverb amp, minus the reverb. And rounding the heap of amps off nicely, there are 3 of Brainworks' own creations, these being Jazz Clean, Jazz Crunch, and for those going into high-gain heavy metal territory, the BX Metal 666. Stick and stay, don't hit that back button. I'm glad you're here, so let's investigate and find out what BX Rockrack version 3 has on tap. One of the first things that I really appreciate about this new version 3 of Rockrack is that each amp model has its own interface. This is great for immediately being able to distinguish which model you have loaded up. If you'll remember, in the old version of Rockrack, you had one common interface for all the different amp models, so it really didn't give you the visual impact that this newer version does present. The first thing that we have is, like any good amp sim, a clear laid-out amplifier front panel. Gain, volume, bass, mid, treble, presence controls, and this nice little 5-band equalizer is very reminiscent of one that you would find on, for instance, an older Mesa Boogie combo amp. Up along the top, we're greeted with an undo and redo button. So, for example, if I wanted to crank the gain and decided, oh no, that doesn't work, well, simply hit the undo button. You can make adjustments to your taste and save them in slots, as it were, including the different kinds of amps that you have loaded. So, for instance, if I wanted to put an angle clean here on C and here in the D slot, I wanted to put a crunch 800 and make adjustments, I can do that and then switch between them on the fly. Continuing on to the right, if we want to copy any of our presets and put them into a different slot, all you do is click Copy, choose the slot, and then click Paste. Easy breezy. If you want to reset the amplifier to the defaults, simply click on Reset. Coming here to the effects rack, we see that we are presented with a nice little tidy bevy of very functional, usable, and good quality rack effects. Starting things off, we have a noise gate, which is selectable, of course, between off and on. You can set your threshold and the amount of gating range. So if you don't want to have the gate completely disable your signal, you can leave some of the signal intact. Underneath that, you'll see the long list of 40 different impulse responses. These are primarily Mesa Boogie American Cabinet 412 with different microphone configurations, condenser, good old Shure SM57, a blue condenser, and so forth. We also have British 412, which I presume is a Marshall cabinet, again with all the different microphone placements. Some of these, by the way, also include EQing. So the effects chain that Brainworks used to capture the impulse responses is included. Diesel 4x12, an Angle 4x12, Orange 212, and I presume the Silver 212 cabinet here is most likely a Fender cabinet. We're also provisioned with a couple of handy-dandy filters here. We have a high and a low-pass filter under the nomenclatures of tight for the high-pass filter, smooth for the low-pass filter. Each of these is assignable to the post process of the preamp before it hits the power amp stage, or the pre-input of the preamp. Alongside, we have the shred control. This is an interesting frequency adjustment that helps to reduce any of those harsh frequencies, most notably between the 2500 to 5000 K range. I would guesstimate that this one comes to us courtesy of the BX Shred Spread plugin. Say that one 3 times fast. Rounding things off, we have the master output with a little clipping LED indicator. This is great if you happen to be driving up your volumes too much. The little red clipping light will notify you if your ears don't, and you can adjust your output master volume accordingly. I mentioned to you during the video's introduction that we would have the opportunity to listen to a few of the sounds available here. So, I've put together some audio samples spanning various musical genres, utilizing the differing heads in Rockrack version 3. Stick and stay, keep your headphones on, or crank up those studio monitors, and let's find out what sonorous delights await us. That's all the time we have for in this video. Thanks so much for watching. I've been Brother Charles, and this has been BX Rockrack version 3 by Brainworks. Be sure to check us out online at www.reviewrevival.ca for lots more great investigative reporting, reviews, and video presentations. Until I see you in the next video, God bless and you take care.